Hey guys, Joe Warner coming in with another battle replay. We have an 1v1 in Medieval Kingdoms 1212. We have an army of the Republic of Genoa taking on an army over here for the Electorate of Trier. I have it on slow motion here, so let's just get right into the army comps. The Electorate of Trier here is being commanded by Hobbit, or Hairy Hobbit if you know him. He has brought with him 7 units of the dismounted Elector Knights, 5 of them from the High Period, 2 of them from the Late Period. He has also brought with him 2 units of the Elector Knights. The Elector Man-at-Arms. They're back over here in his rear lines here, heavy shock infantry. He has also brought with him 4 units of his Pavis crossbowmen way up in the front here, just getting ready to get some shots off. They're moving into position currently. He's also brought with him 2 units of the Electorate Halberdiers. He's got 1 on either flank, solid polearm infantry. He's brought with him 2 units of the Brabonsian Spears, 1 on either flank, again in front of his units of Knights of Trier. He had brought with him 2 units of the Knights of Trier. I just want to close in here real quick. I can't say it enough, the artwork in this game, Medieval Kingdoms 1212 mod team, you guys are just absolutely fantastic. Great job here. He had brought with him also his general here in the rear line. He has brought with him the Archbishop, the Electorate of Trier, which I believe this is the Archbishop right here. Let's quickly shoot on over to my side. Combat should be starting very shortly. I had brought with me 5 units of the Spadaccini Swordsmen, 4 units of the Foot Signori back here. This is my heavy shock infantry. 2 units of the Sestatari Spears, 1 on either end of my melee infantry line. I brought with me 3 units of the Ballistari Pavisieri. Those are my crossbowmen. On either flank, I have a unit of the Genoese Signori, mounted Genoese Signori, and a unit of Ducal Guard. And in my rear lines here, I have a unit of the Mercenary Swiss Pikemen and the General's Bodyguard, which you can see there is my general for this battle. So without further ado, let's get this one going. Army's moving up here. Hobbit is moving up his crossbowmen. He's moving up his entire force here. Starting to move up my men as well. As you can see the lines, we are getting very close to starting combat here as far as the ranged capabilities. Shots have already started to been fired from the Genoese crossbowmen here. Electorate of Trier crossbowmen now returning fire. As you can see, I only have 3 units of crossbowmen. He had brought 4 units. I was trying to see if maybe by only having 3 units of crossbowmen, that would allow me to have a little bit better of an advantage, because that would have an extra unit of infantry. That was my thought going into this battle, at least. Cavalry and spears for Hobbit moving up on his left and right flank, as I am moving up a unit of my cavalry, unit of my Ducal Guard heavy polearm, actually moving out a unit of my heavy shock infantry out onto either flank as well to battle off, because I noticed that he was moving out some of his halberdiers. Hobbit starting to look like he was going to go in for a charge. He ends up pulling back a little bit, so I take the opportunity to get a good side charge in on him. Didn't actually end up paying off for me, though. I ended up losing 7 men on that charge. He only lost 1 in the initial charge. Let's shoot back on over to the other side here. Actually, infantry is now collided. All units are pretty much in combat. Right here is the final unit. This is what I love about these Total War games. Just this massive battle line. I mean, it's only a 1v1, but it's still a very long battle line here. Archer fire still going overhead. Absolutely fantastic. I ended up taking 1 of my units of the Genoese Signori here to get a good charge. Start to do it, yeah. Good charge in here onto 1 of his units of the late Electorate Knights. But, I mean, they killed a couple, but it still didn't do as much damage as I had hoped. Maybe I should have started that charge a little bit later. Hobbit now quickly takes a unit of his Knights of Trier and just crushes my Signori from a flanking shot. Killed 5 of them on that charge. As you can see, my spears were starting to waver. They have corrected themselves, though. Started pushing up a unit of my pikes up over here to try and get into his Knights of Trier, into his shock cavalry. I'm a little bit outnumbered on this side. I do have a unit of the shock cavalry, but shock infantry, I should say. But as you can see, they are fighting they're fighting on 2 sides here. They're fighting the halberdiers on this side, and they're fighting the Knights of Trier on the opposite side. So not going very well for me on this flank, as I am completely outnumbered over here. Still a lot of fighting going on here in this center line. Crossbow fire still just continuous crossbow fire going across. I saw that he was moving his general up here, so I started moving my general over as well. He pulled his general back. My general was from the late period. His general was only from the high period, so smart move on his part to pull back. But of course, a unit of my cavalry on this side has broken, so I was forced to charge my general into combat here against some of the Knights of Trier, which allowed Hobbit to now swing back around. He's just going to bring his general right around over here and try and get a big charge off onto my general. I noticed this, quickly turned my general around, get a good charge in on him before he was able to charge me from behind. So that was a bit of a good move on my part. His cavalry is still here. He's starting to move his spears out and around from the combat. His cavalry unit actually broke. But let's just start taking a look down the infantry line here. Actually, my cavalry unit over here is getting absolutely stomped in. He has a free unit of cavalry on this side, which is going to allow him to swing around and get a big charge into my Ducal Guard that for some reason are facing this way. I'm not entirely sure what that formation was all about. He was able to move up a unit of his crossbowmen and are just getting absolutely devastating fire in onto my foot signori here. Just watch them drop. It's just amazing. Fantastic movement there by Hobbit. Now a lot of my guys are starting to waver. A little over 2 minutes left in this battle. My general is now completely surrounded by his general and a unit of spears, so not looking good. His unit of knights did come back from routing. A big charge in again. So yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking very good here for the Republic of Genoa. Yeah, both of my my halberdiers and shock infantry on this side have broken. My Genoese Signori cavalry is breaking on this side. So Hobbit has won my left flank absolutely, and he's getting ready to win my right flank as well. Units are just breaking in the center here. My Spadaccini, this unit has broken completely off of the battlefield. Let's see if there's anything else running away just yet. Not yet. Starting to break one of his units finally. One of his units has now broken his routing away, but again, he just crushed another one of my units here on this main line. Another one of my flags just disappeared. My general is now dead. The general unit has broken as well. So yeah, as you can see here, we did start off with the same amount of men, but the Electorate of Trier is just absolutely destroying the men of Genoa here. He has 1,360 men left. I'm down to 560 men. So this is not looking good for me at all. There's a little over a minute left in this battle. Just more and more of my unit flags breaking, starting to rout, wavering, just leaving the battlefield completely. One of his units of Knights of Trier, though, I did break one of his units of cavalry, which kind of made me a little happy, but this is all I have left, right here. I have three units of crossbows. This crossbowman unit is already starting to waver. My shock infantry up front here are trying to hold, but they are fighting against 3 units of the Electria Knights, and his general was able to get over here with a big charge in onto my Pavisari, and I believe he got some charge in onto my Foot Signori as well. Pikes have now routed off of the battlefield on this side, and these, yeah. See for yourself, with the last 20 seconds of this battle, you can just see more of my guys starting to waver and getting ready to rout off of the battlefield. So it was a fast battle, like I said. It was fun, though. Like I said, I mean, it's win or lose, you always still learn something. So any of you guys who find yourselves losing a lot or starting to get a little bit better with your gameplay, don't give up. That's all I'm going to say. Just don't give up. Keep trying, and you'll find yourself getting better and better. Let's get into some of the army breakdowns here. My general with 29 kills. Getting into my heavy shock infantry, 30 kills, 133, 123, and 126. So, well done by these 3 units of the shock infantry. Into my spears, 10 and 12. They broke pretty quickly. Pikes, for some reason, I remember when we were doing the battle, my pikes just, I was trying to have them go in to attack, and they just would not go in for some reason. I don't know why they wouldn't. Getting into more of my halberdiers here, 15 and 61. My swordsman here, the Spadaccini, 18, 19, 17, 16, and 14. So fantastic bunch of teenagers there. And to have my crossbows 51, 66, 37, and my cavalry did not perform very well at all either, 27 and 38. Going over to Hobbit's side, his general with 50 kills, his 2 units of his shock infantry 121 and 92, his spearmen 42 and 57, getting into his halberdiers 45, 93, into his sword line 145, 144, 67, 75, 45, 121, and 69. His 4 units of crossbows, 22, 26, 62, and 67, and his units of cavalry, 100, and 1 unit with 46. So, 11-minute battle, 11.5-second battle. I mean, it was fun. Like I said, you just keep plugging along, keep learning, and you guys, just don't beat yourselves up. It's a game. It's meant to be fun. I understand. Losing isn't fun, but in losing, you're learning. So, just a little bit of positivity there for you guys. So, all right, well, that's what I got for you guys today as far as a battle replay. So, hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.